Hello and welcome. To start off today's look, I am going to use the e.l.f. Cookies and Dream Primer. Now, I've had this primer for some time, but this will be my first time using it. I do have a couple of the e.l.f. putty primers, and this is supposed to be similar to that. I think the only difference is that this one is not oily or as oily as that. So when you look online, it does state that this product is both mattifying and hydrating. It does seem to have a thinner texture, and it does actually smell like cookies. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to make sure that I spread it evenly over my entire face. I'm going to blend it in as much as I can. And it states that once you apply this product, you are to leave it for 30 seconds before applying any other products on top of it. One of the things that I love about e.l.f. products is that e.l.f. products work well or play well with other products. So you don't have to restrict a look to just using solely products that are made by e.l.f. You can mix and match if you choose to do so. The shelf life for this primer is 6 months. And it is an affordable primer. I think I got it for about $6, but I know it's usually under $10. So I am going to use the J-Cat Skin Assurance Foundation. This is not my first time using this product. I have previously used the foundation in the shade Bun Bun. But today I'm going to mix it with a lighter shade, which is Sweet Cocoa. I also have one of their concealers, and it is in the shade Sunkissed. This concealer is closer to my skin tone and a little bit darker than the concealers that I usually go for. It looks like it will match well with this particular foundation, so I am going to try it again with this foundation. Now, I probably could go in with just the Sweet Cocoa on its own because it is closer to my skin tone. But I am going to mix it with that darker shade of Royal Bun Bun. And I think that that will come closer to my actual skin tone. It'll give me that warmth that I need in that color that I like. So I am going to mix a little bit on my hand. And as I'm looking over my face, I do see or feel like the primer that I used was very hydrating without giving me greasy or what is the word? I guess greasy or oily. So once I mix it up, I'm just going to apply it all over my face. And before it gets the opportunity to start to dry down, I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm just going to start to press the foundation into my skin. And I went in with just a light coat. And once I blend it in, I will determine if, I need more or not. But for today's look, I'm really going for a light, airy, natural look. I want to use the least amount of complexion products as I can. I don't want anything to feel heavy on my face. And I love the way that this foundation looks and feels when it dries down. To me, it gives me a skin-like finish. It doesn't have a chemical scent. So this is definitely a plus for me. And I think they do have a powder foundation as well. I just have not tried that. So I'm just looking at the foundation under different lighting to make sure that it is the true color match that I feel like it is. Sometimes when I sit at my vanity, things can appear one way, and then when I get outside or in different lighting, it looks a little bit different. So now I have started to just change my lighting and settings at my vanity and on my ring light to see if it looks different or if there's something that I want to add or take away. I'm gonna place the concealer in the inner and outer corners. And what I'm gonna do is just let this sit a little while so that I can have the consistency and coverage that I want and need under my eyes. Sometimes you will see me going in with a color corrector, but I've been using a different product to kind of lighten those dark circles. So I haven't been color correcting as often as I was before. For the other areas that I am highlighting, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin, I really don't allow those products to sit because I'm simply just highlighting those areas. I'm not really concealing anything. So I don't need as much coverage in those areas that I desire under my eyes. And I apologize, I am chewing gum in this video. Chewing gum has been essential to me in dealing with my anxiety. So this is one of the ways that I'm able to deal with it, function with it, and perform my daily activities. So you may see me chewing gum more frequently than I have in the past, but this is just one of the things that I do to manage, or one of the mechanisms that I'm currently using instead of medication. So also with this concealer, I noticed that it gets into the little crevices, any wrinkles that you may have underneath there, and it seems to just blur everything out. And I think the primer is aiding with that today as well. But I have used this concealer before in the past, and I was pleased with it. It was the foundation that was off when I initially tried this because the foundation was too dark. So I'm just patting this concealer in place, and I am slowly and lightly spreading it throughout my under eye area to make sure that it's fully covered. And I'm going back over it just to make sure that there aren't any areas that are missed, making sure that that product is evenly applied and has gotten into those crevices like I need and want them to. And so once it's blended to my satisfaction, I'll go in and blend the outer perimeters with my foundation brush so that this look gives me the gradient effect that I like. And applying makeup, I guess I should say, is definitely a process. It's not something that you can always rush to do. So if you're doing your makeup and it's always it's always quickly before you go somewhere, or quickly before you have to do something and you're not pleased with it, chances are it's because you're not taking your time to do it. Now, I'm not saying that every makeup look has to be an hour or every makeup look has to be 30 minutes. But if you want it to look good, you have to put that time and that effort into actually putting your makeup on. For me, makeup is a form of therapy. So when I sit at my vanity, that's my peaceful time. That's my relaxing time. There's really, most of the time, no rush in what I'm doing. I'm able to take my time and do my makeup as I would like for it to, as I would like to apply it, to achieve the look that I want to apply, that I want to achieve in the end. Now, this setting powder, I think, is Sacha Buttercup. I'm not sure if it's something different. I'll put it on the screen, but I'm trying to use as many products that I have at my vanity right now before going to open up something else or going to get something else. And sometimes I'm just using what's readily available if it's a product that I know stands out on its own. So I'm going back and just making sure that everything is blended around my eyes. And I realized that I don't have the bronzers that I would like to use today. So I did have to take a moment to step away to grab those. And I have grabbed two. I know which one I want to use, but I have two different palettes from this brand. So I want to make sure that the idea or the look that I have in mind goes with my skin tone or goes with the color of the palette. And these are palettes from Alamar. I have a medium and I have a dark shade. So I am going to choose the darker palette to go in with today. And I'm going to mix those two darker colors. I'm also going to use the Maybelline Fit Me today to actually set my foundation. And I'm going to use the shade 360. And it doesn't take a lot of this powder. When you pick it up on your brush, you want to make sure that you're tapping your brush so that you're getting rid of any excess powder, because you don't want to have a cakey or a flaky look. And this is one of the ways that you can avoid that. And now I'm going to go in and bronze with those two shades. And one of the reasons why I chose this palette is because I want to, although I want to apply makeup, I want it to be a natural skin-like finish once everything is applied and set. I don't want anything to be too harsh, too bold, too luminous, too bright. I want everything to blend in just well together. And so this is normally my go-to when I want to have a makeup, no makeup day, when I want things to look natural, sun-kissed, as I say. So I'm just making sure again that those powders are well blended, that there's no harsh lines. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Putty Blush today. I want to get the luminous ones and try those out, but this is the regular one. And if I am not mistaken, this color is, I think it's Bahamas. If it's something different, I'll put it on the screen. And I do have a putty bronzer brush, but I'm going to use it today to apply this blush. And one thing that I love about this putty blush is that you have the option of putting on blush so that it looks natural, so that you have just the pop of color there, or you can build it up to make it be as vibrant as you would like. I'm also going to use the putty bronzer down my nose to contour my nose, and it is in the shade Sunkissed as well. And I'm just using my Real Techniques brush to do that. I want to go back in and highlight the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. So I'm going back in with that Sunkissed concealer. And I'm going to let it sit just a moment. To set the putty blush that I've applied, I'm going to use this Jaclyn Cosmetics powder blush, and it's in the shade of Love. And I'm just going to use that amount of product that is already in the canister. I'm not going to pour out any more. And today this is going to serve two purposes for me. One, it's setting the putty blush that I applied. And two, it's toning it down just a little bit, because those putty products can look a little bit emollient at times. And I know that I do want to go in and still add a highlighter. So that's why I use that. Now, this Japanese brush has been essential when it comes to me contouring and highlighting my nose. I think it is the Japanese 726 brush. I like the way that this brush feels. I like the shape of the brush and the way that it just blends in the product without it moving the product out of place. Just doing a once over and realizing that I have edge control that is dried. So I'm going to make sure that I get that off. I'm going to use my e.l.f. satin pencil just to line my waterline. This pencil is very soft. For someone that has sensitive eyes like me, this would be a great asset to your collection. And I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. This is the Sephora gel liner. I have it in the shade Molasses. And this has been my go-to pencil for my lip combo. And I think on the last video I used another velvet lip from Believe Beauty. But the one that I like to use is Foxy, and that's what I'll be using today. But I think on the previous video I used Charmed. And Charmed is a little bit darker than Foxy. But they both dry down matte, and that's something that I am beginning to love about lip products. Yes, look at that. That is beautiful. I just love those two colors together. And I wasn't going to add lashes, but I think I am going to go ahead and put on a pair of my Kaale lashes. And I've pulled the Mimosa highlighter from Glam Light. This is a subtle, yet I guess you can say subtle yet vibrant, if that makes sense. You can grab just a little bit of this product and you'll have just the amount of glow that you want. It doesn't highlight too much. I've noticed lately that my eyes have been bothered when I put on eyelash glue. I did purchase one that was sensitive skin glue from Amazon, but I'm out of that and I haven't been able to find it anymore. So I have found one from Shop Miss A, the AOA brand, that I've been able to use, and it doesn't really irritate my eyes. Now I do have some issues putting my lashes on using my vanity in front of me. So I'm having to look to the side in another mirror that I have. So hopefully one of the things that I get better with doing is putting my lashes on facing forward and filming that. But I mean, I guess that's something that I guess it's something that you do in your own way. So it may not be something that needs to be filmed, but I'm just being honest and saying that I still have difficulties doing that. And I don't know, it looks like I can see the lighting from my ring, and I'm not sure what's going on with it today, but it looks funny to me. The lighting may be fine to you all, but it looks kind of off to me. So I apologize in advance if the lighting is off for this particular video. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. Hopefully it'll come back in as it should. But this is the completed look. I'll make sure that I attach pictures. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for continuously returning to my channel. And I hope that you all enjoy the remainder of your day. Oh, I forgot. This is the setting spray that I use, the Morphe Luminous setting spray, Luminous Mist.